Okay, y'all, so as you can see, I have some raw peanuts here. I have some sliced almonds, and I even have some coconut flakes. So what this is all stuff that I just have on my shelf. Like, I buy these things, and then I make things with them, and then I have like extra left, and so it just ends up in my, what do I call it? It's like my baking, I have a baking drawer in a way. And I have all of like like the caramel bits and the different stuff that I use when I cook. And it's all in there. So these are extra nuts that I just happen to have from something that I made. So these are raw Spanish peanuts. And I'm going to take some of those and pour them out here. I know somebody was like, why do you put the stuff in your hand? I don't know. It's habit, okay? It's habit. It is habit. Okay, so this is probably about a half cup of peanuts. And then these are sliced almonds. And we're probably going to do about a half cup of sliced almonds. I don't want a lot of the coconut flake. I just want a little, you know, just every now and then you taste a little bit of coconut. That's what we want there. So this bag has 1 cup. So we basically going to use half of the bag. Okay. Now, if you want to, you can also put a little bit of salt. If you want some salt on your popcorn. But the popcorn really literally has salt in it. So there's no real need to salt your nuts here. And then you want to put less than a 1/4 cup of coconut flake also on your baking tray. And I have it lined with some parchment paper. And I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. And I'm going to bake these or roast these in my oven for about 8 minutes or so until they're toasty and nice and toasty. You'll see when they come out. And then also what you're going to need a candy thermometer, some corn syrup, some popcorn, and I have some microwave popcorn. Now I did grow popcorn a couple years back, but we used it all. So I'm going to be using a couple bags of microwave popcorn, which are smaller than they used to be. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but it just kind of ticked me off because my microwave setting had been burning my popcorn. And I'm like, what the hell? And it was because the bag is smaller. So I had to reduce the time. So, all right. So I'm going to get this popcorn made, get this in the oven, and then we're going to make the crunch for the popcorn. Okay, so I'm doing my popcorn now. So I want to open my bag here. I'm trying to do it without getting all of the seeds, you know, any unpopped kernels here. So I basically just rip open my bag, and then I have 2 bowls here. Put your popcorn in your bowl, the first bowl here. And you don't want any of this. You don't want to break your tooth or anything like that. So you want to make sure there is no kernels in your popcorn, and you're just going to empty it out. And they usually fall to the bottom if you give it a shake, if there are any in here. And there are, as you can see, that worked. There's one right there. See? Another shake. And that's it. All right, so we're going to do all our popcorn like this. And then we're going to get them onto some trays. Okay, so now you need a half cup of butter, which is 1 stick of butter. And you want to get this melted. Okay, so my butter is melting. So now you want to add a half cup of sugar. And a 1/4 cup of corn syrup. Okay, I'm gonna get this all melty. And then we're gonna put in our thermometer and we're gonna heat this until it reaches 300 degrees. You're gonna heat this mixture until it reaches 300 degrees. All right. I forgot. Go ahead and stick in your thermometer. All right, now I'll see you when this is starting to rise. Okay, so we are now at about 240 degrees. We got about 60 degrees left to go. So I've had my popcorn in the oven. And you want to use a metal bowl. And I placed my popcorn, I cut it, well, I split it in half. So I have half of my popcorn in this bowl, and then the other half is still in the oven. So you want to put it in a warm oven and keep it warm. And since this is almost done, I've taken that out. Okay, and then also my nuts are done here, and I have a tray of peanuts, almonds, and coconuts. And this is going to go into our popcorn as well. And we are just waiting to bring our temp up to 300. And we're right at 240. And then you also want to have 2 parchment lined baking trays, because we're going to pour the mixture here into our bowl. Once it gets hot, mix it up with some spoons here, and then you want to oil some spoons up. Spray these with a little oil spray. You want to oil those up, and then you're going to use those to toss the toffee and then pour it onto your mat, onto your parchment paper here, so that it can cool down. So we're at 260. No. We at 240, a little bit over 240. We got 60 more to go. Okay, so now you want to take half of the nuts, or a big portion of your nuts, or however much you want to put, and you want to go ahead and sprinkle that on your popcorn here. I'm going to put a nice amount on here because I love me some damn nuts. That's what I look for mostly in the fiddle faddle. Okay, and then it's at 260. I got 40 more to go, but we got our popcorn and nuts ready. All we got to do now is pour, mix, and pour. Pour, mix, and pour. I think that's how it goes. Pour, mix, pour. Okay. Okay, y'all, so we are reading 300 degrees. Now, we need to be careful here because this is hot. So I'm going to take out my thermometer. I'm going to put it back here. Now, I'm going to get us a good stir here. And then I'm going to pour some of this into my popcorn with the nuts. Go around in a little circle here. And then I'm going to pour some in my back bowl there, because we're going to mix this up. I'm going to put this back here. And then I have some nuts that I had left. I'm going to go ahead and pour those in, because I'm just going to make a really quick nut brittle as well. Mix that up. And then I can keep this in my pot. And now I'm going to mix up my popcorn here. Get that spread all around, because that is hot. Okay, now you want to go ahead and pour that out onto your baking mat here, your tray. And then we have our next bowl here. You see all that caramel in there? You want to mix that in, mix it up. And that's toffee, not caramel. That is hot. You also have to be careful. We are mixing this up here, and then I'm just going to pour this on top here. Okay, y'all. And then I'm going to cut this eye off so this does not burn. And then I have a tray back here, parchment line, and I'm just going to pour this into my parchment line tray here. Let that go ahead and melt down. You can spread it. Okay. Spread that. I'm gonna move that back and then break this up into pieces once I get this popcorn all mixed in here. And this eye was still hot, so you can bring that over. And I'm gonna mix in my popcorn here with my toffee. Okay, y'all, so I changed my mind and poured that nut brittle over my popcorn because I wanted to coat it in nuts. And this is the way to do it. So I'm going to chop this up. I'm eating pieces that are falling off. I'm gonna get this mixed in. messy. All right, next up, you want to double bag your popcorn here. So I'm gonna you gotta break this up because this has now set. I have not broken it up yet. You just should be able to move it around and it should just snap right apart. Let me show you, look at this. And then you want to keep some of them big clusters in there, you know. That's some of the fun part of eating, you know, Crunch and Munch, fiddle faddle, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this bag up here. And then they have these bags at Walmart, and you get like 300 bags with like 300 ties. And they're great to use when you make snacks like this because they keep them fresh. And I'm gonna show you guys the ties if I can find some right here. They're right here. They come with ties. So I just peel one and put it on there. All right. Do you see that my area that we sit in has fallen in, so we're gonna have to take that down. But it is raining out here with the sun shining. It is raining currently, so that's cool. Let me walk through here and then I'm gonna look up and see how the cloud cover is out here for it to be raining like this, because it's raining pretty heavily. Well, we got cloud cover. It's like cloud cover and then some of it is not. So okay, so I wonder, it's probably not raining over there. But this is strange, but it's nice. A warm rain. All right, y'all, here's our finished popcorn. So I opened that one to add more to the bag. So you see I put it in one bag and I close it, then I'm gonna place it in another and close this one up as well. And it keeps it fresh longer. And this is basically like 2 boxes of Crunch and Munch. Well, it would have been. They don't make them that size anymore, but yeah. All right, y'all, and this is homemade. It has peanuts, coconut, and almond, all toasted with toffee and Munch bar. Well, it's Munch bar toffee, so they'll make it even better, y'all. So make this popcorn, and I will see you guys in the next video. We're going to have this while we watch, I'm thinking, Sinners. All right, like, share, subscribe, and follow. Okay, so now I'm going to serve dinner. So I'm going to cut one of these in half, and we're going to have a half one just to start, just to make sure, because I think a half is enough for us. Okay, oh wow, look at that. So you want to cut that in half, and let me show you what it looked like inside. Ooh. Oh yeah, that look good. So that's salmon with veggies and cream cheese. Look at that.
Oh man. Ooh,
wow.
That's sexy.
Oh wow. Okay, and then here is our cucumber salad. Let me put this down.
Oh, Greek style.
Baby, you want to hold this plate?
Mm-hmm.
Lift it up for me so they can see me putting this salad on there. Look at that. Okay, so now we want to put on some of this creamy salad. You could dip your crust in it. Some more cucumbers. All right, and this is what we are having for dinner tonight. We have our salmon hand pies with our cream cheese cucumber salad.
Sexy meal.
And then for dessert, we got Crunch and Munch, homemade coconut, peanut, and almond Crunch and Munch. All right, so this is what we are having for dinner tonight. What are you having? Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and follow.